Hey everybody, Oscar from Missouri here. So learning how to do ground cover and static grass can move your layout from average to extraordinary. Later in this episode, I'll provide you with what I think are the top 4 things you'll need to create stunning ground cover on a budget for your model railroad or diorama. Let's move on over to the work in progress to review and get started. So the first thing I do is paint the surface. And in the interest of time, I've already painted the surface brown. Next, I apply the matte Mod Podge full strength to help prepare it for the dirt level. I'm going to speed up this portion, but make sure you get in close as possible without getting any glue on the track. Also, if you're doing large areas, I would suggest you divide it up into smaller workable areas. Okay, I guess that should just about do it. Yeah. The next thing I do for this second layer is just apply dirt over the glue to make sure the coverage is thorough. Want to make sure you're getting close to the edges of the track as possible. Let's speed this up again because I'm sure you're only interested in the final outcome. Yep, getting good there. There we go. Just a little bit more there. After allowing it to dry for about 15 to 20 minutes, we'll begin to applying the ground cover. My favorite 2 weapons of choice are the blended turf green blend, as you see, and then also the fine turf yellow grass on the screen now. If applying in layers is the first key to success, using reference materials is right there at number 2. You have to know what type of field you're trying to model. That's very key. First, apply the green turf based on the pattern you're trying to model. Let's shift into high gear again because it's going to take a little bit to get this the way that you want it. Next, you want to apply the yellow grass in patches just like the model showed earlier, or at least as close as you can get it. The next couple steps help you glue down the third layer to make sure it stays. So the first thing you're really going to want to do is grab that 70% mix of isopropyl alcohol and apply it very thoroughly to make sure it's saturated as much as possible. Then you'll come back with the scenic glue, which is a 3-to-1 mix of Mod Podge and water. If it doesn't look like it soaks in immediately, don't hesitate to grab that spray bottle again and add some more isopropyl to make sure it gets in and saturates, just to kind of help it along. Remember, this is a work in progress. Don't expect everything to be perfect every single time. Stay flexible and have some fun with it. So you go back and forth with the isopropyl and the glue just to make sure everything gets in really good to that foam and stays stays glued down. Yeah, let's get those edges. Can't hurt much. The key here is that we want to provide a very nice base so that we can start our static grass. Now we are at our last layer, applying the static grass. You will need a full strength of glue, a paint sponge, and the static grass applicator. I made this one myself because these go anywhere from $80 to $150 retail. If you want more information on how to make one for about $8, see the link listed provided above. One key to applying static grass successfully is applying it in small areas Apply it to the green areas first. We can always come back and do the same for the yellow grass. As you can see, I'm applying the glue as much as possible to the green areas, trying to avoid the yellow grass areas and the dirt. Just randomly applying it throughout the hillside. After which, I'm just gonna grab the static grass applicator, filled up the hopper as much as I could there, and then start sprinkling. The idea here is that the electric charge within the static grass applicator will allow the grass to stand up more on a vertical basis rather than just laying inside the glue. Apply it as thoroughly and as vigorously as possible. That way you can get as much down as you can, because the idea here is to get it down, and then after allowing it to lie in the glue for a little bit, you can come back and use a vacuum cleaner and with a sock over the front of it to catch that extra grass and just get as much of it up as possible. And it's twofold, because you'll be able to uh, get up the all of the loose grass, but it'll also help the grass stand up. But the next portion of this, I'm going to use the vacuum to help the static grass stand up all the way and remove the excess grass. Get in as close as you can without touching the grass, but the idea here is to kind of remove all the excess, and anything that's in that glue, try to kind of just touch it and wave it back and forth to try to get that grass to stand up, and it'll do a great job. Yeah, let's get that vacuum ready. Try to speed things up a little. So ideally, what you want to do here is kind of repeat this entire process for the yellow grass. Now you can see the final results. Wow, doesn't that look great? Man, it was worth all the effort. I tell you what, I hope you enjoy this section that I made for you for a tutorial for static grass and ground cover. I hope it was helpful, and until next time, enjoy those layouts.